My beloved child, before you scroll away, listen carefully because this message is not what you think it is. Someone has been carrying powerful feelings for you for a very long time. They smile when your name appears. They notice things about you that nobody else notices. They replay conversations with you in their mind when the day is over. But hidden beneath all those emotions is a struggle they have never spoken about openly. And no, it is not as simple as attraction or rejection. It is far deeper than that. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the truth about this person's feelings may completely change the way you see your connection with them. The strange part is that they are fighting a battle inside themselves every single day, and you may have sensed it without even realizing it. There are moments when this person looks at you and feels an incredible connection. They admire your energy, your presence, and the way you carry yourself. Yet at the same time, they keep comparing what they feel with what they think they are supposed to feel. That is where the problem begins. They have spent years building unrealistic expectations inside their mind. Expectations created by other people, by old experiences, by opinions that were never truly their own. And because of that, they keep questioning themselves. They ask themselves why they care about you so much. They wonder why they cannot stop thinking about you. They wonder why your absence affects them more than they expected. The answer frightens them. Because the deeper they fall, the more they realize their heart is moving in one direction while their assumptions are pulling them in another. This internal conflict has become impossible for them to ignore. What makes this situation even more surprising is that their issue is not really about your appearance at all. It only looks that way on the surface. The real problem is what your appearance represents to them. Every time they see you, they are reminded that genuine connection cannot be controlled. They are reminded that emotions do not follow rules. They are reminded that the heart often chooses differently than the mind. And that realization makes them uncomfortable. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. There was a moment recently when they almost admitted everything to themselves. A moment when they stopped pretending. A moment when they realized they were no longer evaluating you. Instead, they were protecting themselves from what they felt. That moment changed everything. Since then, they have been watching from a distance, trying to understand why their emotions continue growing stronger despite every attempt to push them away. And now the situation is reaching a turning point. The wall they built around their feelings is beginning to crack. The excuses are becoming weaker. The explanations no longer make sense. Deep down, they know that their focus on your appearance was never the real story. It was simply the easiest story to tell themselves. Because accepting the truth would mean accepting that you have touched a part of their heart they never expected anyone to reach. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. In the next part, you will discover the shocking event that forced this person to confront their feelings directly, and why one unexpected moment made them realize they might lose you forever if they continue hiding behind their fears. My beloved child, something happened that this person never planned for, and it shook them far more than they will ever admit. For a long time, they believed there would always be another chance to understand their feelings later. Another day to think about you. Another opportunity to figure things out. But then a single moment changed the atmosphere completely. It was not dramatic. It was not loud. Yet it hit them like a wave they could not escape. They suddenly imagined what life would feel like if you were no longer part of their world. And for the first time, that thought scared them. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what happened next forced them to confront a truth they had been avoiding for much longer than you realize. The strange thing is that they started noticing details they once ignored. The sound of your voice stayed in their mind longer. Your presence felt different. Conversations that once seemed ordinary suddenly became meaningful. They caught themselves remembering small things about you that most people would forget within minutes. That was when confusion turned into concern. They began asking themselves why your absence felt heavier than your presence. Why silence from you created questions inside them. Why seeing you happy with other people stirred emotions they could not explain. And every answer led them back to the same uncomfortable realization. The issue was never really about how you looked. The issue was that they had become emotionally attached while pretending they were not. The more they denied it, the stronger it became. Then came the moment they never expected. Someone mentioned your future. Maybe it was a casual conversation. Maybe it was a passing comment. Maybe it was a simple possibility that you could move forward without them. But whatever it was, it planted a seed of fear inside their heart. Suddenly, they realized that time was moving. Life was moving. And you were not going to wait forever while they battled their own doubts. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because from that day forward, they started paying attention in a completely different way. They began noticing opportunities they had missed. Words they should have said. Moments they should have appreciated. They started realizing that while they were busy analyzing, judging, and overthinking, their feelings had quietly grown into something much deeper. Now they stand between two worlds. One world tells them to hold on to old beliefs, old expectations, and old fears. The other world is pulling them toward honesty. And every day, that second world grows louder. Don't skip. Because there is one secret they have not admitted to anyone. Not their friends. Not their family. Not even themselves completely. They have begun imagining what it would be like if they stopped resisting and simply accepted what their heart has been trying to tell them all along. That thought excites them. It also terrifies them. Because once they cross that line, there is no going back. And in the next part, you will discover the hidden reason they became so obsessed with what others might think about your appearance, and why that fear is now starting to lose its power. My beloved child, the secret reason behind this person's struggle is far deeper than anyone around them knows. It was never simply about looks, appearances, or surface-level attraction. The truth is that they have spent much of their life worrying about how they would be judged by other people. Long before they met you, they learned to measure their decisions through the eyes of others. They became afraid of criticism. Afraid of questions. Afraid of opinions. And because of that, they built invisible rules for themselves. Rules about who they should admire. Rules about who they should choose. Rules about what would be accepted by the people around them. But then you appeared, and suddenly those rules stopped making sense. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the more they tried to fit you into those old expectations, the more they realized you did not belong there. You challenged everything they thought they knew about attraction, connection, and what truly matters. What surprised them most was how naturally they felt drawn toward you. They tried to focus on details that they believed should matter, yet their attention always returned to something else. It returned to the way they felt around you. It returned to your energy. Your presence. Your impact on their emotions. They began noticing that a few minutes with you affected them more than hours spent with anyone else. And that realization created a storm inside them. Because if feelings are this strong, then why were they still resisting? Why were they still searching for reasons to create distance? The answer was painful. They were afraid that accepting their feelings would force them to become a different version of themselves. A version that no longer lived according to other people's expectations. A version that finally trusted their own heart. Then something happened that made their internal battle even stronger. They noticed that no matter how hard they tried to focus elsewhere, they kept returning to thoughts of you. A song reminded them of you. A place reminded them of you. A random conversation somehow led back to you. It became impossible to ignore. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. There were nights when they replayed old interactions in their mind and wondered whether they had misunderstood everything. They wondered if you had ever sensed their feelings. They wondered if you knew how much effort it took for them to act normal whenever you were around. Because beneath that calm appearance was someone trying desperately to control emotions that were becoming harder to hide. And now they are approaching a moment of truth. The voice of fear is becoming weaker. The voice of honesty is becoming louder. They are beginning to realize that the people whose opinions once mattered so much are not the ones who have to live with the consequences of their choices. They are not the ones who feel what this person feels when they think about you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because in the next part, you will discover the shocking realization that made them question everything they believed about you, and why one unexpected observation convinced them that they may have been completely wrong from the very beginning. My beloved child, there came a moment when this person saw something they were never supposed to overlook. It was not a dramatic event. It was not some grand revelation that happened in front of a crowd. It was a small moment, almost invisible to everyone else. Yet for them, it changed everything. They watched the way you handled a situation. They noticed your confidence in a difficult moment. They saw a side of you that did not depend on appearance, attention, or approval. And suddenly, something inside them shifted. The image they had created in their mind began to break apart. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this was the exact moment they started questioning whether their biggest concern had actually been their biggest mistake. For days afterward, they could not stop thinking about it. The more they reflected, the more uncomfortable they became. They realized they had spent so much time focusing on one thing that they had ignored dozens of other things that truly mattered. Your strength. Your character. Your resilience. Your ability to keep moving forward when others would have given up. These qualities began standing out more than anything else. And the strangest part was that once they started noticing them, they could not stop. Every memory seemed different now. Every conversation carried a new meaning. They began understanding that what drew them toward you was never something temporary. It was something much deeper, something that continued growing every time they learned.